Hello and welcome to the workshop. It's our comedy safe space where us comedians test out material on an assigned topic and then we work on whatever. We offer each other tags and notes and treat this stream like the booth in the back of the club where we used to hang out in, back in the good old days before the fall. Welcome to the comedy workshop. Tonight is episode number 395.
Wow.
Starting out, we're going to start this out with myself. My name is Jester Lind. Tonight we also have Justin Matson and John Fox. My randomly assigned topic tonight is Navy battles. Now, Navy battles are not just when my parents would argue about whether my dad's socks were dark blue or black. There's a long history of other Navy battles. For example, the song In the Navy came out in 1979. It was written before then, but it stayed in the closet until 1979. The village people weren't ready. The city people were, but the village people weren't ready yet. Speaking of competition in the Navy, competition between navies is kind of like competition between cell phone providers. Basically, it's the best range and coverage wins. Everyone else gets blown out of the water. As far as competition in the job market for Navy sailors, there isn't. Join whatever Navy your country has. That's your option. I looked it up on Glassdoor.com, and for the job of sailor, the salary starts at $45,000 a year and goes up to $33,000 for the most senior positions. Now, is that super fucked up, or is Glassdoor just factoring in alimony? You know, the United States has more military aircraft carriers than Guatemala has military aircraft. Also, that's just a fun fact. I just fucking think that's interesting. That's not even a fucking joke. I just think that's interesting. The United States also is now the second largest navy in the world. China is now the largest navy in the world as of 2020. And that's a pretty big fucking deal on a planet that's mostly water. Now, their forces have a lot more soldiers, but they are working with much smaller units. So a lot of the traditional stereotypes still apply. The Canadian Navy, what's that a boat? No, it's not a boat. It's a canoe. When you fish it out later, that's a boot. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. So you Americans better watch out. I bet you didn't know that moose can swim. We've got our own shit going, don't you know? Now, I've also heard, and this is something from back in the good old Navy days, but I've heard that loose lips sink ships. Now, I didn't finish the article, but I think the gist of it was that loose lips is a symptom of the VD that they got during the war. Sorry, that's all I could write on Navy battles. It's an incredibly dry topic, despite being incredibly wet. Thank you very much.
This is pretty solid stuff. I think that's great. I love the a boat. That's fun.
I like that too. That just made me happy.
And I love that the city people were fine with it, but the village people took 10 years. I think that's really funny. Yeah, it's great stuff. I don't know, write more, I guess, is the only feedback. It's like,
yeah.
You're on a roll.
I guess I'm going to have to speak to my local recruiting office to continue this conversation.
You could definitely do like...
oh, fucking A, God. You know what? When I turned 18 at the time, I was living in the United States as an immigrant. I've got a green card in the United States, and I had to sign up for the draft, and with the acknowledgement that I would be first in line, and that was fun. But I don't know. I might have picked Navy.
I think pretty cool. That's so funny because it's like I love that they just like fully trust. Like you landed yesterday, and they're like, "Yeah, fight for it." Like how do you know you don't? I would go just grab my gun and go wherever I wanted to go. Like,
turns out there's not a whole lot of that in the army, in the military. There's not a whole lot of going wherever the fuck you want.
Oh yeah, I'd be bad. I'd be really bad in the military.
No kidding. I barely have enough discipline to be a stand-up comedian. Next up, we've got Justin Matson.
Yeah. Hey. Let me just. Okay, so my word was marathon. Oh yeah. If you're wondering who here knows all about exercise, it's me. No, it's not at all. Even like Googling this word was the most exercise I've ever done. And so the word marathon is based off the ancient Greek tale of Philippides, I think. Is that how you pronounce it? Philippides. And so basically, like, there's like the Battle of Marathon, which is like a city in Greece, and the Greeks won against the Persians. But then he saw that a group of the Persians were heading back to Athens, and they were just gonna like lie and say, "Oh yeah, we won that war." Like, I think that's so funny that nowadays you couldn't get away with that. It's like. And nowadays, it's like the equivalent that we have is like, oh, the body cams were turned off. Just trust me. But it's like, I love the idea. Like, what if that worked? You're just like, yeah, no, we won that war. Yeah, don't worry about it. We're Persian now. All right, give us your olives. It's like, I think that's cool. But then he like ran from Marathon to Athens to like try to warn everyone that they won the battle. So don't believe whatever they claim. But like the legend is like he like stripped off his clothes while he's running because he wanted to run faster, and then he shows up and he just like bursts into the little courtroom or whatever they do in Socrates, I guess, like a pavilion. I don't know what it is. It's a senate. I don't know what it is. But the probably what's it called, a Pantheon? I don't know, but it's like a Colosseum basically. And then he's like naked and he like says, "We won," and then he collapses and dies. So if you're like, I don't know, if you're like waiting for news and like your mailman runs up naked and then like collapses dead on your lawn, like I wouldn't trust what he said. I feel like that's probably a crazy mailman, like I'm not gonna just be like, oh yeah, no, he meant it. Like I'd want proof of that, Crazy. Let's see. So a marathon's 26.2 miles, which is crazy. They use a starting pistol, like a gun, to start off the signal race. But I think that's like just if I had to run that race, I'd be like, just shoot me, just please aim lower. I don't want to do this. But I also I think it's like the only way to get me to run is to like threaten me with violence. There's the Boston Marathon bombing, which like terrorists like put bombs at the finish line. Like you could tell they were terrorists because they put it at the finish line instead of the starting line. like what? I gotta run 26 miles and then get blown up. Like, do it now, please. Save me the 26 miles. Come on. Sorry, too soon. Support the troops, you guys.
Or the Navy.
Or the Navy, yeah. I feel like PE failed me. They never really taught me how to run. They were just like, okay, go, And I would get like shin splints, and I ran a 19-minute mile, but I can walk a 17. So like I don't know, I ran slower than I walked somehow because I would just get out of breath. But like I feel like PE's like there's like the no kid left behind. I was left behind, literally, like in PE. Like I don't get that policy. Like they didn't teach me how to climb a rope. I can't throw a ball. I feel like they should have. That's like number one. Like when you're playing baseball, they're like, okay, yeah, throw it to first base. Like, whoa, slow down there. Let's go back to the fundamentals. What am I doing with this? How do I throw it? They don't do that. There's a guy who broke a Guinness Book World Record by running a marathon with 5 babies. Like he had quintuplets and he like pushed him in a stroller. But like, I just hate the Guinness Book of World Records. It's like the book of lamest records. Like all you have to do is just come up with some weird shit and like you're in. It's like it's all about like who can fill out the paperwork better. Like I could come up with a Guinness Book for like the first comedian to bomb on StreamYard while eating pasta on a Tuesday. Like it doesn't make any difference. I jog so my children don't have to. All right, it's pay it forward. Let's see. I had a zinger here. If you like jogging, you'll probably like anything. Yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I running hurdles is always scary. Like, oh, I don't want to do that. Okay, that's my jokes. I think that's it. Thank you so much. Very loosey goosey.
That's fun. I got for you the guy who was running the marathon. He got so tanned. It was the origin of the first time it was said, "Broneus quid faciam vorbis." What can brown do for you?
It's like also like the guy, if like any one of your friends just runs up to you naked and tells you something and just collapsed, he partied too hard.
Yeah, you're not gonna play, especially like he's like covered in blood or something. Like it's just like that guy's. Yeah, I'm questioning his.
What did you do?
What happened? He's like, we won. It's like, it doesn't look like it. Yeah.
I don't know. Anything that requires getting naked at speed is pressing, and I think deserves attention. I
don't know where you got the idea that like taking off one light robe would like make him more aerodynamic. Like, I don't know.
Was he wearing armor?
Gonna get sunburned?
Was he wearing like weird like?
It was probably like a billowy,
year 2000 BC armor, because that shit can't be super aerodynamic and comfortable.
Yeah, the original breakaway pants.
Yeah, if you had breakaway pants would have been like amazing. Like, could you imagine? I bet. I just imagine. Nothing's comfortable now.
Yeah.
In the military.
Is that how strippers got started? It was like, I gotta go to war, and they just wear their pants.
Yeah. Just one big shock and awe campaign. And that's all that stripping's all about.
Cool.
It was good. You managed to make the marathon. You came in at a good time.
Yeah. Did you hear? There's also that. I was trying to write something about. There's that lady who like at the Tour de France, she was like holding a sign in the middle of the road and like knocked over like 30 cyclists.
Yeah.
And, like, ruined the whole race.
Yeah, like I don't see him. Oh, mama, papa, or whatever the fuck it was.
It's so funny. It's just like like that guy, like someone at a baseball field, like jumping on the field to grab a ball, a out of field ball straight out of the pitcher's hand, or the whatever.
That's like them, but that's like them taking out the pitcher and like 3 other teams. Like a lot of people went down. Like it's like ultimate streaker streak.
And like, what was on that sign that she really wanted everyone to know?
Hi, grandma, grandpa.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I feel like her grandma and grandpa hate her now.
Like, oh God! Could you imagine? Like, well, thank you, but we're not gonna talk about this.
That's so.
I was wondering. I was thinking, like, what would Grandpa do? And I'm probably like, protect the dumb grandkid.
Yeah, everyone who saw it on TV, like, who knows them, is just like, was that your granddaughter who ruined the world's race? It's like. It's awkward. Bridge isn't going to be the same, that's for sure.
Someone in the comments mentioned the Boston Marathon thing. I thought that was really funny. I thought I don't know when the right time for that will be, but I thought it was pretty funny right now.
Well, once they make a second Mark Wahlberg movie about it.
Oh, did they make a Mark Wahlberg movie about that? Oh my God!
Yeah. He has like a series of just like patriotic American who's like just doing working class jobs, but like heroically. He has like 5 movies about that. But yeah, I think it was a good movie.
Someone in the comments said something about that, and about the crock pot used to reach destruction with their Sunday pot roast. I definitely lived in some apartment buildings where people wreak destruction with a pressure cooker and other less extreme ways.
That's funny. Any cooking is pressured when I'm doing it.
I like that.
You cooking in front of Gordon Ramsay all the time?
Oh yeah. Is it critiquing while you're cooking?
He's so nice to the kids. He's so mean to the adults.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's what's great about
it.
I feel like that's part of the reason why I enjoy watching him be nice to the kids, because I kind of feel like I'm primed for like in my brain I can feel him going like meh, like in my head, but it never comes, and I feel like that adds part of the dramatic tension. I'm not ill prepared for the potentiality that Gordon Ramsay might smack a kid and call him a fucktard. That could happen at any moment, and I'm lying if I'm saying that's not part of the reason why I'm watching the show.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna snap at that for sure.
Probably, God, I hope so. Fingers crossed. Season finale. Sweeps, you guys. Sweeps, you guys. Next up, coming to the stage, we've got John Fox.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so my
it's
thing
a rectangle.
Was Love at First Sight. That was my thing. Yeah, and I realized that like over time, I think love at first sight is definitely a dying phrase when it comes to like love and relationships. Cause like if you see someone from across the bar, and that's not love at first sight. If you stare at them long enough, you're just a creep. Like that, at that point, you're just basically creeping that woman out, and you got to get the fuck out of there. Yeah, and also like a lot of these love at first sight songs basically now just sound very weird. Like Kiss made a song about that, about wanting to fuck a 16-year-old girl. Like I remember this so clearly. Like Gene Simmons has a line that says, "I shouldn't say things like this to girls your age, but when I saw you walk out of school that day, I knew I had to have you." And I'm like, Gene, you shouldn't say that to anybody. Like, you can't say it. Like, for one, that's creepy because you're saying that to a high school chick. And two, you shouldn't say that to anyone. Like, no, that's not love at first sight. You're stalking a person. Like, you can't walk up to a random woman out of a coffee shop and just look at her and go, "I shouldn't say things like this to girls that just walked out of coffee shops." Like, no, that's not right at all. Yeah. And even Smash Mouth, they ruined Love at First Sight in the song "I'm a Believer" when they did their cover version of it. And it has nothing to do with the lyrics. It's just that I saw the music video, and it's just Smash Mouth chasing around one girl for the entire song. It's like, okay, that's not love at first sight. You're just basically obsessed at this point. And the fact that at the end they needed to take a boat to reach this woman. Yeah, no, you got a problem. I think you should see a therapist. There was another song like this. I can't quite put it off the top of my head. God, what the hell was it? Okay, if it comes back to me, it comes back to me. But it was but like I feel like a lot of Enrique Iglesias' songs are like that. You can run, you can hide, but you can't escape my love. All right, that's a little bit too much right off the bat. And I don't know. I just think music has kind of ruined everything for me at this point. Like, I don't know what to believe. And that's really all I wrote on the topic, guys. But thank you.
Yeah. I love the idea of like stalker on a boat. Like, you know, like if you're like stalker follows you on a boat, like that's when it's gone way too far. You know. It's like,
exactly. Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, definitely songs, yeah, have really creepy. Because it used to be like you would serenade people outside their window, and like that's the creepiest thing ever, you know?
Yeah, and then you hold the boom box up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like that would be like a crime. You
Well,
would
like
get
some weird 80s movie shit.
yeah,
If you do anything that was a plot point in the 80s, you're going to get arrested for
Yeah.
sex crimes.
even like throwing rocks at someone's window is like, whoa, watch the paint, buddy.
Yeah.
You know, that's like, yeah.
Well, I live in New York. You can't do that stuff in New York. You're gonna get someone shouting out, "Shut the fuck up! It's 3 in the morning."
Yeah, yeah. It's like, yeah. She
If you
doesn't
want-
love you, get out.
It's harder to fall in love at first sight when everyone's standing 6 feet apart. You're going to have a real good prescription. You got to make sure you see in 2020. And everyone, and that, yeah, even if you're seeing 2020, in 2020, people were extra spread out.
It's true.
Yeah. Like people don't really make eye contact anymore. Like it's, you know, like usually, like it's rare that people actually.
Oh, really? I've been noticing it's just like so much eye contact because there's nothing else to look at, right? Like, right? So it's just like so, like just staring deep into each other's eyes. Like I'm used to like lip reading and like looking at people's mouths like a little bit, but it's just like everyone's like doing some like weird like Mentalk the Mind Taker shit. Like I swear.
Yeah, I could see that. As there's also like, I don't know, I feel like there's also like a social awkwardness where like people are like forgetting how to socialize and interact with people. And so like,
oh, is everyone wearing masks indoors in LA right now?
Right now, no, but like this week they said they want to start wearing them again, so we might go back to it. So we don't know yet. Yeah.
In Ontario, we never stopped.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's I haven't seen a mouth in like a year and a half.
Yeah.
I remember it like something like a sideways vagina. Am I wrong? I can't remember. I don't know.
Yeah.
The memory is slipping. It's like I'm remembering the sound.
Like, and love at first sight, like, is that, I feel like that's like, it's not implied that it's like mutual, right? It's just like one person falls in love, the other person like can't give a, like, what? Like, leave me alone. Like, you know. Yeah, you never hear that. Like, I want to hear a song.
Yeah, it's like, never mutual. It's never mutual. It's just
never is.
Very good point. Unrequited love at first sight is the only love at first sight.
That was like a whole scene.
All right, at least momentary.
First sight is not a thing.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And you don't know, like, what if they have bad credit scores or like they have like a terrible personality? Like, you know, like who knows?
Yeah, that's a good point. I feel like honestly, love at first sight is some real revisionist history bullshit. Like after the fact, people will tell you that it was love at first sight, but only after they've been reminded of the story a few times.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be like, how many goats can your family provide if I marry you? You know, like
it wasn't like, love at first sight; it was love at 18th goat.
Yeah, like they were looking at the goats when they fell in love. They're like, "Oh yeah, she's rich."
Yeah, there was a threshold, and it was specific.
Take my youngest daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to work on some other stuff I've been working on today.
Yeah.
So a friend recently asked me about Tidal, which is a music streaming site. If you're unfamiliar with it, it's basically, if iTunes is Walmart, then Tidal is Goop, that weird fucked up shit that Gwyneth Paltrow uses to sell you like $600 jade vagina eggs. Some weird fucked up shit. It's like a bit too much and it's very expensive. I don't want any Goop on me, which is why I don't fuck with Goop, but it's also why I don't go to Walmart. I don't want Goop on me. So what Tidal does is they offer super duper uncompressed music, but the way audio compression works is by trimming out the parts that the human body can literally not even hear. That's the first shit to go. That's the stuff that's eliminated. So listening to music on Tidal is kind of like the auditory equivalent of taking too many vitamins. There's a limit to how much your body can take in, and everything after that is the ingredients for just really expensive piss. Speaking of which, R. Kelly is available uncompressed on Tidal. How much does Tidal cost? Now, it doesn't fucking say on the goddamn website. It's like they're trying to pull some chef selection at market price menu bullshit. And I hate having to Google what something costs on a different website. Not because it's a hassle, but because I genuinely hate the fact that if I have to ask, I can't afford it. And it bumps me out. So what do I do when I can't afford shit? I look for a new job. Oh, hey, what's this posting? Oh, yay, it's a fast-paced environment where I get to multitask. Oh, fantastic. Honestly, you sound like a real estate agent and trying to interest me in a cozy fixer-upper. You have a shitty job description. I can't pay for anything. I need to get a better job. Thanks to the pandemic, I can't pay my rent or my gym membership. So now I'm squatting because it's free. But you know what they say. You can't skip leg day if you want calves the size of baby cows. That's the size they're supposed to be, apparently. I haven't got a haircut in a while, so technically I've been doing curls. So I'm going to add that to the routine. That's all I've got tonight. Sorry.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Thanks.
Yeah, I can see that working or some stuff.
If I take it deeper, some of it's pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Legends, like, like the first pass, it's like, you could always go deeper, and like sometimes you'll like discover like a one-liner turns into like a 5-minute bit.
I could take a whole goddamn left turn if I keep talking about R. Kelly.
I love that, like,
I believe that set could fly.
Service, like smells itself as like, we're gonna jam up your phone with like useless data.
Here, dude, like, one goddamn song. You try to put that shit on your phone.
Yeah.
Like, you want 1,000 fucking kilobits per second? No.
Yeah. Like, it's just like, we're gonna like take your phone and like give you a record, like just one record. I don't know. It's just like the opposite of what every other tech company is doing.
Will I hear a difference? No. Is it expensive? Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
No, it's a weird.
I love it. Like who are these people with like who really care about audio fidelity, and then they're like listening on their iPods, like while jogging, like go to a live concert if you care about that stuff.
If you're really an audiophile, you'll take your record player with you jogging.
Yeah. If you're committed,
just step up. It's warmer. It's warmer because you get a lot. It has a warmer sound because you get so much hotter carrying a record player.
Good stuff.
All right. Next, please welcome to the large rectangle, Justin Mattson.
Hey, good to be here. Let's see. I was working on some new stuff. I don't understand like journalists when they're like on the record, off the record. To me, that just feels like a kid's game of like tag. It's like, no, that's the safe sound. No, it's like if anyone's like it's like, well, off the record, I did it. I killed those kids. But on the record, I love apple pies. Like it's like, you didn't say off the record. I'm gonna convict you for murder now. Oh, darn it, you got me. It's like I just love how like stupid it is. I like, because of the pandemic, like I use a lot of mobile orders where like you go pick up, like Starbucks does that. And I just feel so entitled with mobile orders. Like, it's like Yeah, because sometimes there's like a line at the pickup window and like people haven't ordered yet, and I have to like squeeze past them like, oh, it's okay, I got an iPhone, I'm better than you. Like it's okay, I have an iPhone. And it's just like it's like I'm just cut in front of 20 people. Like, oh, you've never heard of the internet? Sorry, I have. There's a moth that's like it's born without a mouth, and it's like literally a species of moth, and so it only lives for like a week and then it dies because it can't eat food. So like its whole existence is like it has a week to just have sex like crazy. You know, like all it could do is just fuck until it dies, and that's how the species like continues like without like going extinct. Isn't that crazy? Like you know, just like what a wild party animal, you know? It's like let's do shots. Oh, I can't. You know, like I don't know. I think a lot of religions, like, you know, there's a lot of these like conflict between religions, and like, you know, I think like it's hard to like come together and just like be one, but like I think we can all agree on candles, right? I think like every religion has candles. So like I don't care if you're like Christian or Jewish or Buddhist, like even Wiccans have like Satanists love candles, you know? So like I feel like we could just like we all just like set aside our differences and have like a big Bath and Body Works sale, you know? We can really unite the world. I think yeah. I ordered a comforter for my bed, and I like it was during the pandemic, and so like I went over to this place in New York, and like I didn't know if they were open, you know, because it was like a weird time, and they weren't answering. Their website was like down, and they said to call. So I called, and no one answered the phone, and so they asked to leave a voicemail. And so I left a voicemail that just got increasingly sad and more worried because I was like, hey, I'm Justin. Hey, I just wanted to order a comforter. I couldn't reach you. I don't know. Are you okay? Is everything okay? I just, I hope you're doing well. I just wanted a comforter. It's no rush or anything. You know, you're probably busy. You know, probably a lot going on. But give me a call back. Just let me know you're okay. All right? Because I'm a little worried about you. You haven't answered your emails. You know, and it's just like, oh man. And I don't even know if they ever got the message. They never called back. I just hope they're okay. I don't know. Like I'm gonna get a comforter in the mail like 6 years from now. Like you will not believe what happened to me. You know, it's like, let's see. I'd never seen a Fast and the Furious movie, even though there's like 9 of them now. I just never saw one. I don't know why. But I think I can kind of guess at what it's all about, right? Like, okay, they're fast because they have speed cars and they want to race them. Like, I get that. But what I don't get is like, who are they mad at? You know, like it's like it's been 9 movies and you're still mad. What they do? Do they dig in your car door with a shopping cart? I don't know. Like, it's not even the same people being mad. Like they inherited anger. You know, it's like first Vin Diesel's mad, and then he's like, okay, I gotta go. And then like The Rock comes in and like, you know what? I'm mad for Vin Diesel. You know what? I'm furious. I don't get it. Let it go is what I'm saying. That's road rage. All right, let's see. I'll do one more about whenever anyone does you ever hear like the Hotel California playing like in the background at like a bar or whatever? Like it's amazing, but everyone just kind of stops what they're doing and they kind of look sadly into the distance and like they just kind of have this far like look like what happened in the 80s, you guys? Like what like I don't know when this song came out. I feel like there's some sort of tragic event that everyone's not talking about, like it or whatever. Like, did you kill that groundskeeper at the school? They're just like, welcome to the Hotel California. There's like a single tear falling as they look into their martini glass into the sunset. All right, thanks a lot. That's my talk.
Hey. I liked it. I liked the anonymous sources thing and like how it'd be like, not off the record. I'm off the record.
Yeah,
I liked that a lot. I also like imagining if like they were like imagining like interviewing like a ghost, like
Oh yeah.
or you're just some sort of weird like, because we were talking about the Invisible Man before the stream went live, and so I'll be honest, I'm still thinking about the Invisible Man. Honestly, the knowledge that moths don't eat and just like go hard to fuck, that knowledge puts a whole new frantic intensity on all of the Godzilla versus Mothra movies I've seen. It's a whole all new stakes. And with the whole Bed Bath and Beyond pursuing like a world peace agenda sort of thing, it's they could send out coupons because they love fucking sending out coupons. It could be it could be buy one get free.
Yeah.
And you know what? I with Fast and Furious 9 coming out, and with the pandemic restrictions not yet lifted here in Ontario, I have been rewatching the Fast and Furious series from the beginning, hoping that it would lend clarity to the fact that these guys are ramping nuclear submarines. But no, I've restarted the series. I've started with like the first one, and they're like stealing DVD players. And it like isn't helping me like understand the logic of this series at all. Also, apparently DVD players used to be a big fucking heist. Like, yeah.
I got one last job for you.
Yeah.
It's a Radio Shack.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of fucking Sony DVD players. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it didn't help. But you know what I understand now, and I think I get it. They're a family, and that's what's important, you guys.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Family.
Yeah, that's what brings.
That's what the Fast and Furious movies have taught me, and they've taught me that there's nothing more important than family, and that you can make a car go faster by gripping the steering wheel and revving it like it's a motorcycle. Like, and they go. Both of these things I've learned from the Fast and Furious movies. But I liked that was good material.
Oh, thank you.
Anything, John?
No, I mean, like, I was just like thinking, like, also with like the Fast and the Furious thing, like, you'll last longer if the series if you're a bald guy with muscles. I'm pretty sure that help out a little bit too.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
it's kind of like
Well, if we've all learned anything, a completely naked human body is more aerodynamic. So that's wherein lies the advantage, as we learned during the marathon set.
Well, it's like, hey, we have a sexy Latina woman. Oh, sorry, we already got one of those. Yeah, we don't need you. It's like, oh no, but bald guy with muscles. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's leaving. Well, you could take his place. Like,
oh, I'm actually, no spoilers. I'm super excited. I haven't seen the new movie, but I've been teased that there's like a lot of like there's so many like cool B characters that they just left in the back and and they're like fucking tail juice going, I'll get you one day, oh fast man, like, and it's like I know it's gonna be some cameos. I'm excited
for sure.
Should just be one guy in every Fast and the Furious movie, and like at the very last one, just be like, how long have they been at this?
Yeah, it's a long time. Cool, thank you.
All right. Now, our final set of the night, our headliner de facto, John Fox.
Yeah.
Yes, I like the term de facto headliner.
Yeah, take what you can get, bud.
All right, so I was in Atlantic City in New Jersey a couple of weeks ago, and this has been on my mind since I got home. How did the Rainforest Cafe survive the pandemic? This has been boggling my mind the whole, like, for 2 weeks at least, because it doesn't make sense. Like, you guys ever been inside the Rainforest Cafe? You know, it's like that. It's like an actual rainforest. Half of it's torn down, and if you go inside, you can get malaria. It's a disgusting place. It's like, wow, the animals made their way to the dining room floor. No, those are cockroaches. They don't clean up anything in here. Yeah, I don't understand how they survived, because there's one in Atlantic. The one in Atlantic City is still around there, but Trump has lost all of his casinos there. Like, they definitely had to get a bailout of some sort, like some sort of business bailout. Like there are like some politicians just going, all right, save the airports, save the insurance companies, and save a couple of those Rainforest Cafe. I've always liked those places as a kid. Because let's be honest, they weren't doing things like Chili's or Applebee's. They weren't doing curbside pickup. Like, could you imagine if the Rainforest Cafe was doing curbside pickup? It's like you just hand the food. It's like, all right, just tell your kids to eat in the backyard, and it's the same thing. Like, just do that. Just simulate actually coming out to one of our establishments. All right, so I'm trying to be a little like better with people's feelings because I'm not good at it. And then like I'm trying to help someone with a problem, and then one little thing will set me off. Like I was dealing with a friend of mine over the weekend because he's going through a breakup, so he's bar hopping everywhere and drinking. So I'm like, all right, I need to hang out with him one night to make sure he doesn't go off the deep end. You know what I mean? So, and then I go to a bar with him one night, and it turns out he's just been getting White Claw drunk this entire time. Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, okay, are you really that sad if you're getting White Claw drunk? Like, because the way I saw it, I thought he was just going to every bar, getting a beer and a shot, or just drinking liquor straight up. I thought it was one of those two, because that's how me and most other guys normally do it. You know what I mean? Like, that's how most guys drink if they're sad. Like, there's never been a situation where a guy is at a bar and he just slams his fist and he goes, ugh, I need a drink. They better have raspberry. That's never happened in the history of ever. Yeah, so I recently turned 28, and I realize the older I get, the more my family feels the need to set me up with someone out of pity. Like, I remember last week, my dad, he was talking to me about a girl I should check out, but he's talked to me like a sympathetic parent to talking to me like a guy halfway through the conversation. It was a very weird interaction, because he was just telling me, he's like, so me and your mother, we were seeing the family over the weekend, and we think there's a girl you should meet. And I'm like, Dad, you said you're at a family party. You just said that right now. Are you trying to set me up with like, have you lost all hope in me? You're trying to set me up with a cousin? He's like, no, it's a family friend. And I'm like, all right, Dad, next time lead with that. You better just leave, because you just made the conversation sound so much worse than what it actually should be. And then, but like, he was telling me it was a family friend, and I was like, I don't know if I really want to go through it. Then he goes, no, John, you got to listen. This girl's got a great set of tits and an ass that won't quit. I'm like, I don't know how you transferred that into the conversation. And you thought about that while standing next to Mom the entire time. Oh, good for you, man. Like, there's a like, but I'm like a negative person, so like, there's a part of me that like doesn't want to go through with it, like, or just like say like, Dad, no, I'm good. Because like, what if things do work out? No one wants to be at the end of sex going, wow, Dad was right. I should listen to him more often. All right, so I'll leave you guys off with this. Is it me, or do parents who share memes about how great it is to be a parent probably suck at it? I just think that if you have to share a picture that basically says how great parenting is, then you're probably hiding something from the rest of the world. Like, but it's always like people like sharing those pictures are like always someone who looks like they lost their kid in the Walmart buying Mountain Dew. Like, it's a very trashy level of thing. Yeah, a buddy of mine, he has a 6-year-old, and he was telling me, oh, when I found out I had a kid, I was instantly blessed. I'm like, dude, you found out you had a kid last year. There's no way that's true. There's no fucking way that is true. And he's like, no. You don't understand. When I found out I had a kid, my life changed forever. And I'm like, dude, you found out you had a kid when your ex showed up and said she's your problem now. If that happened to me, of course my life would change forever. It's like all my dreams are basically right out the window. Yeah, I totally understand what you're going through. Like no one has ever been in that situation and said, oh my God, thank you for this blessing. It's everything I've ever wanted. This totally makes up for you cheating on me, but I'll take it. All right, I'll leave off on that, guys. Thanks.
Hey,
Yeah.
thank you, John Fox.
I like the idea of like someone who like isn't affected, like their life isn't changed by that. It's like, oh, okay, well, I had this PhD in robotics, but I guess I'll just throw it in the trash. I'm a dad now, you know, like, yeah, it's like they're just like super excited. It's like, I love the idea of like your dad like telling you how hot this girl is, because like even what if you like do end up marrying her or whatever, like you know that your dad has like a boner for her, like that's just so awkward at all the family reunions and stuff, you know. Like,
exactly.
You know, if I look back on my life, it was the times when I was the most depressed that I had the most fun with White Claw. That's when I hated myself enough to drink a beverage that tasted like someone whispered the name of a fruit next to a bowl of chalk and blew just the smallest amount of that dust into a vodka seltzer. That's when I enjoyed that beverage the most, when I hated myself.
I love this guy, like, you know, he's about to fall off the wagon or whatever. He's like an alcoholic. He's like in the streets, like, you know, like, give me alcohol. Like, oh, you don't have raspberry? Oh, okay. Well, no, I'm good. I hate tangerine. Ugh. I'm like, you know, it's kind of funny.
You know, a very wise man once said about nature-themed business ventures, life finds a way. So that's maybe how Rainforest Cafe survived. And I would just like to say this to the internet: Five Nights at Freddy's, but it's Rainforest Cafe.
There you go.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're like not legally not allowed to tear it down. Like maybe like you know, it's like
because it's fucking awesome. I fucking
no one went there for the food.
Love that shit.
The animatronic animals. That's all they went there for.
Yeah, you can eat like barbecue chicken pizza in a jungle. What's not to like? It's very nice. And you also just like get to also just stay in the ritzy mall.
I just love that you're like you.
It's a much safer way to interact with crocodiles than going to Florida. I just got to give it that much credit.
One of the places I know a Rainforest Cafe is still open is in Florida, actually.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
that might be my first really good reason to go to Florida. Also, I should go. I fucking love Rainforest Cafe. That's my favorite.
I feel like it's so funny that you like go to the rainforest and you're inspired to like open a business, and like the first thing you come up with is like $18 chicken, you know. It's like I don't know, it's just like you did nothing else in the forest like inspired you at all.
Are you guys saving an actual rainforest? No, we just thought this was cool.
No, it's just all the fun of Chuck E. Cheese without the uncanny valley bullshit
this was
about like a giant monster mouse singing to you about pizza, about bad pizza. Rainforest Cafe food's okay.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm standing. I'm just happy. I'm happy. I'm thinking about Rainforest Cafe like it's an ex that I just found out is recently single. Like I just found out Rainforest Cafe might still exist. I didn't even know it did. Yeah, I didn't know it was still around. You brought it up and I got excited.
Yeah, one's in Florida, two are in New Jersey. That's all I know.
Oh, New Jersey. Okay. Two in New Jersey?
Yeah, one in Atlanta. If you don't want to die.
Why are there two in New Jersey? Why?
Yeah, and then there's one.
Well, we got a fake swamp over here, but we got another one over here in case you don't want to go too far to get the other fake swamp. We got a couple of real ones over here, but don't worry about it. Like what? Why are there two in New Jersey? I love
Well,
it.
there was one already in Atlantic City, and then there's one in a mall by Rutgers University. It's very. I don't know why it's still there because like a lot of stores and malls in New Jersey are closing down. At least the stores, not like the actual malls itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do
it's
think it
probably
depends
a
on where you are.
front.
I think it's
like,
fucked up that there's a product out there called the tablet, the Amazon Fire.
Yeah.
Not just because it's like calling something the Pompeii Vesuvius or something like fucked up, but it's happening now. And the fucked up thing is I think there's no way that people in the company didn't talk about the fact that would like steal all of those keywords from the internet. And then they did it anyways.
That was the selling point, I'm sure. Yeah.
I think it's how I don't know. It bums me out.
Yeah.
It bums me out. Yeah. It's like the only way the Zune could have done worse than it did is if they had called it the Microsoft Rising Sea Levels. Like what the fuck are you doing? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, the world is terrible.
I'm in a nice little. I'm in Canada. It's nice here, but
okay,
it's pretty bad.
Yeah, funny stuff.
Well, fun stuff. The world is on fire. This has been episode 395 of the Comedy Workshop. We do this every night at 10 p.m. as long as the world hasn't completely been engulfed in flames, which, fingers crossed, we've got another couple of years in us. Stay tuned. You can join us on Facebook. Look for The Comedy Workshop on Facebook and follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Have a great night, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.